Oh, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the Advancement Center. Welcome to the world beyond magic and miracles. It's so much fun every broadcast we do from here just to take in this beautiful background. There's something just so magical about flowers and growing things, plants, that I've always had a connection with. But it seems my awareness of the connection just keeps growing and growing. And one of the most beautiful things, the reason I was looking down, is I have the transcript from Simeon's last broadcast, possibly final broadcast, last Wednesday. And it was the words, all of it were just amazing to me. But I think I don't normally read, but I think I'm going to do that today because it's one of those things that you can just listen to over and over and over. And for myself, it's hard to explain or put words to why my connection with Simeon and Robert has always been so strong. But there's a connection that happens. It's almost like, well, it is. They've both been a conduit for me to connect with my creator in such a conscious way, which just naturally opens up my awareness to everything. And as seemingly we are beings here on this physical planet Earth, but we're so much more. So a lot of my focus is here in this physical Earth plane and all the things that go on down here. But as long as I can remember, my connection to nature has always brought me to a much more expansive awareness. And I could never, before, I don't think before being here, meeting Robert and having Simeon come into my life, there's this, it's like somebody handed me a key to a door between myself and my physical self, I should say, and my bigger being that's sitting at the right hand of my creator, that always has been. And the door was not only unlocked, but it's been flung open. And as these years have gone by, it's just this incredible flow. Although I am constantly put to the test, it seems. It feels like when my focus in this physical world becomes narrow and I forget, or I momentarily lose my greater awareness. It's what brings in the turmoil and perceived suffering and all these other not so pleasant things, because I'm not seeing the reality of the greatness of this existence. So it just never ceases to amaze me how just reading or hearing or watching Robert or Simeon speak, especially on these broadcasts, which he's been doing a lot longer than the rest of us, but until recently we're all stepping forward, but I'm still reveling in what happens when I experience these transmissions because they are so familiar. And I'm hearing, well, it's all you. I'm telling you, being in a physical form is a very interesting experience. There's always um, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what verb to use, but this thing of separation from your own self. Actually, that's what causes any separation, to be honest. In your connection with your creator, with your unbelievable divine being that always has existed, always will exist. There is no separation. And I am reveling, especially in these last, I don't know how long it's been, few months, year, I don't know time, but specifically when David Best does his broadcasts now for a while, every Friday and Monday, he's sharing his connection to what I'm speaking about. And I get to witness it, especially during his broadcasts, but to witness someone just where more and more of their time and their experience on this planet is in connection with themselves, with their creator. It's contagious. Yesterday's broadcast for David was probably one of the most monumental I've ever experienced with him. And the thing that I spoke of yesterday that really landed for me was this experience that I've had many times, but maybe not so much recently, of feeling, well, you're actually not here. You're in your own future. So for a moment, and it's usually for me momentary, it's not long. It'll be maybe a few seconds, maybe a minute. And then you come back into this physical reality. And it's become very clear for me for quite a while now that those moments I'm in my future, and it's glorious, it's beautiful. There's so much beauty, there's so much harmony and balance on the entire planet. And for me, it's always most strongly connected with nature. But I know this profound connection between nature and humanity, that without the trees and the flowers and the plants and the birds and the bees and the animals, we couldn't survive here alone. We are in this together. And from on so many levels, it's impossible for me to describe in this moment, but from how what we breathe out feeds the trees and the oxygen that the trees breathe out feeds us, and that's just such a small part of it. There's so much in this interconnectedness. But just to be reminded again of that future that I know exists because I've seen it and felt it numerous times. And it was just so wonderful to be reminded. And that's what Robert and Simeon's words do for me. They're reminders. It doesn't feel like new information. They're just reminders. And as I connect with this very ancient knowing, it just changes everything within my being. And I guess now I'm really referring to my physical being, the physical being that's going back and forth between the physical world and the greater expanse of the being that I am. And I'm just going to read this one. I think it's just a paragraph. I could read the entire transcript, as it was just so amazing to me. But I'm just going to read this one paragraph because it really struck me. Speaking of nature, I'm going to actually start a little bit sooner. All you have to do is be willing to be a miracle maker. There's no work, there's no requirements. It's simply your choice to have miracles, to have none, to have turmoil, to have hardship, or to follow your spirit and feel the magic that belongs to you, that has been instilled in your being in the physical world. Unless you look at a flower, it doesn't serve its purpose. It'll grow, it may be perfect, but unless you look at it and you marvel at its presence, its magic is hidden. It's the same with each one of us. We marvel at the presence of our friends, of those we don't even know, and we produce magic that highlights their life in the physical world. That's how you make miracles. That's how you bring to life itself. And that's how you feel the marvel of your connection with your Creator. Each time you highlight something in the physical world, you produce a smile from your Creator that matches your smile, and bingo, you light up life itself. There's so much more, but wow, oh my goodness. It's not only these Simeon and Robert broadcasts. Since we've been for not long, maybe a couple of months now, we've been bringing in once a week rebroadcasts of past broadcasts of Barbara and David and Adrian and myself. And I'll just randomly pick something. And with all of us, something that maybe happened 2 years ago, a broadcast that happened maybe 2 years ago or even a year ago, and you re-listen, you rewatch, it's like it's brand new. The words are the same, But there's so much happening. There's so much forward movement with each and every one of us. It's quite magic, actually, how we have a whole new experience. And each one of us is so unique that each and every one of us has our own connection to that message, to that transmission. And that's why it's so much fun as we here at the Advancement Center come together after each broadcast to celebrate and share. And it never ceases to amaze me. It's like it's like watching flowers blossom, or someone bringing in, like everyone brings in their own bouquet of flowers. Everyone has their own colors. Everyone has their own scent. Everyone has their own beauty and magic and vision. And we're all so different. And yet in our coming together and celebrating, as Simeon said, I just want to read it again. I just want to read it again. We marvel at the presence of our friends, and we produce magic that highlights their life in the physical world. That's how you make miracles. That's how you bring life to life itself. And that's how you feel the marvel of your connection with your Creator. Each time you highlight something in the physical world, you produce a smile from your Creator that matches your smile. And bingo, you light up life itself. To feel and realize and have the awareness of that's what happens. For us, it's 6 days a week. I don't even know what to say about it. It's magic. And it's like, I just love to use the metaphor of a river, because it's like this beautiful river that's winding through our lives, and we're always connected with it. It doesn't matter if we're riding it on a raft or if we're sitting on the shore just enjoying its flow. But what has been created for us, this beautiful platform of living with the Advancement Center as a way of holding it, it's absolutely magic. And when, even I think it was the other day, we were sharing and celebrating, and someone made the comment about how, well, I can do it on my own. And Robert quickly came in and said, no, you can't. It's all of us coming together. It's all of us supporting each other. It's not even it is coming together, but it's this unbelievable support that we all here have. And it's such a joy to share this, to share the feelings, to share the experiences, to share the results in this way. Because at least for me, every once a week when I sit here, no matter what I'm experiencing in the physical world, whatever challenges or dips under the wave, when I come here and sit in this chair, it's so easy to just pop back on top of the wave, to float down the beautiful river, to experience the beauty that I know is here and that's just growing every moment of every day. So I just want to give my biggest expression of appreciation for all of this. And I just heard, yes, and this is you. This is your creation. Thanks are never needed or wanted in this world of magic and miracles. Because if you see each and every one of us simply following our spirit, having the time of our lives, being filled with kindness and appreciation, and it's just there. It's not an effort, it's not work. And of course, love, which is it's an overused word, but it's it's like the ocean, it's like the water in the ocean. We are just in it. And when you can relax, connect with your creator, you're always connected. But when you have this with you, this awareness of your connection to who you really are, it makes every moment of this experience here on physical planet Earth absolute magic, filled with miracles, every moment of every day. So a big hug to my immediate Advancement Center family and to all of you who share this and watch one or more of these broadcasts. The connection is always alive and it doesn't stop when the camera's off. It's this brilliant, wonderful connection that will live on forever. So with that, I just want to send each and every one of you off to have the most beautiful day, the most beautiful week, most beautiful life. Encourage you to follow your spirit no matter what. And on that wave, I give each and every one of you the most perfect life, perfect health, and magic future that's just beyond everything. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am Genya.